Hi Pankaj, welcome to If Innovation Could Talk.
Hi, Eva. Nice to see you again.
Good to have you with us. Now, Pankaj, you work in the international education sector, and unfortunately, it's an industry that is facing more than its usual headwinds over the last year because of COVID and border restrictions between Australia and overseas. And yet, what I've observed is Phoenix Academy seems to have actually reached a larger cohort of students because of what you have done to be innovative. Can you tell us more?
Sure, it's been an exciting, I think we're hitting about 15, 16 months since it all began. And I remember when pre-full COVID, when little COVID was starting, and we all sat in a boardroom and said, what's the impact going to be on our business, or for those of us that are in the international education sector? And there was a lot of naivety around how big a problem that COVID was going to present to our sector. But what we've done over the last 15 months is adapted, what I like to call innovate, in other words, very well. And we've managed to take our business to the next level. And that has been through the support of our owners, Brian and Robin Walsh, who have actually been so emotionally and financially invested in the business for over 32 years that it was impossible that we do not adapt and we do not innovate. And through their I guess ability to be adventurous and to have trust in the team that works with them. I think today we're at a very different place than we were last year, March 2020.
That's fantastic. Now, the thing is, not only did you get buy-in from the very top, from owners who actually have been with the business for 32 years and are open to new ideas, what about the uptake from staff and
Mm.
teachers? Because they would have to operate out of their comfort zones. So, how did they respond to what you're introducing?
Yeah, Eva, it's such an amazing story when you sit here now and you look back at what we've been through as a company, and as a fairly large team and a fairly large player in the sector as well. COVID impacted our business severely in the first couple of weeks. Our revenue went down 90% plus within the first month. Our strategic direction right at the beginning really identified four distinct elements, which facilitated a very successful online delivery. It was going to be a very well-designed learning management system, or an education management system. It was a user-friendly video conferencing service. We use Zoom. It was cutting-edge technology that connected our students with our classroom in real time from anywhere in the world, and gave them a feeling that they were involved, they were still here with us. And then, like you rightfully mentioned, it was the trainer expertise to bring all these three elements together to create the perfect product. We adapted very quickly, and during this course, we made lots of the mistakes, Eva, and there was a lot of experimenting. But I think that's the culture at Phoenix. We're adventurous, we experiment, we adapt, we innovate. And out of that, 15 months on, we've been recognized this year by the West Australian government as being one of the most successful providers in WA with an online program.
That's wonderful, Pankaj. Now, there's a lot to be said about the leadership team's commitment to innovation and the will to adapt, because you obviously encountered a lot of problems at the beginning, but you also came away with a lot of unexpected positive outcomes. So, what is one piece of advice you would share about the journey that you've been through?
If you do not have a culture of experimentation, adaptation, taking risks, being adventurous, then I don't personally think you can innovate. So my advice, with that sort of story, is focus and getting that strategy right at the beginning, coupled or intertwined with that ability to be adventurous and to adapt, is the best advice I can give everybody. it doesn't necessarily take millions to be innovative, but it does take a group or a set of individuals with the same values and missions to get there.
You know, there's a lot to be said about culture starting from the top and how culture eats strategy for breakfast. I
Yes.
love going into Phoenix Academy because I can feel the friendly vibe amongst the staff and students. So it doesn't surprise me that you guys have adapted so quickly. Well done, Pankaj, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Eva. It's been a pleasure.